Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Hicks Morning Show. I'm Tony T. We're with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, giving out live free picks. So today we'll have picks for you from the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, and we've got 16 games from Major League Baseball. They're going to get 2 in between the Guardians and Nationals today. And then at the end of the show, we'll have our Parlay Purple segment where cappers can give out a parlay. They can give out a player team prop, game of the future, play it straight. They make the call there. So first thing you want to do, guys, is make sure you subscribe to our channel so you're notified when we're live and you have access to our great content over on our YouTube channel at tonysmix.com YouTube. And also give us that like, that thumbs up. First thing you want to do, help us build our audience. We greatly appreciate that. So first we'll do is we'll meet the cappers and get right to the picks because we don't mess around here on the Tony Hicks Morning Show. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Oh, did you watch another winning day? 4-2 on the day. I did have Boston, but man, they were choked out away in the second half. It's just that you live and die by the 3, and in that second half, they died by the 3 because it was just chuck, brick, chuck, brick, chuck, brick. And New York looked like their legs were ready to go after some tight, close games down the finish with Detroit. It looks like they were ready to play some solid playoff basketball down the stretch, and the Celtics weren't. It is what it is in that one. And then the other game, same kind of thing. It's like OKC's legs lost them underneath, but hey, that came right down to the wire. Took a last-second 3 to get the Nuggets to win. Man, that series is going deep. I can't wait. We probably see 7 in that one between the Nuggets and the OKC. Going to be a battle. Definitely like what we see in the Leafs. Hey, they got that Game 1 win. They needed that win. And good old Willie, if you tuned into the happy hour show, I said Willie was going to get us that goal, and he did get us that goal. Thanks, Willie. So can't complain about yesterday. On to today's action. More playoff action. Loading up. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Let's go to Chris. Chris, what's going on?
Not much. Coming off another 2-2 day there. I did have the Padres as the best bet. They pulled that out against the Yankees there. Tatis got ejected, so that was a little bit of the fuel there. And then they held on 4-3 and beat the Yankees in the rain. The other one I had lost the NBA best bet of the day with the Thunder, and I would have dealt with the no cover if they'd have just won, but a little bit of injury to insult there. But whatever. It's a long series, I think, and I think OKC's still okay. I think there'll be some overreaction to Denver. Not a big fan of Denver. That's going to be an unpopular opinion there, and I won't go in any further than that because I'm sure my rants will be worse than Sean's about Joker and Aaron Gordon and all those guys. But let them have their win. We'll see what OKC can do. It just shows what teams that have waited and had to wait for these people to show up. We've seen that happen with Cleveland, with OKC. These people that are shortly off of games have been winning and covering, as opposed to those who've had to wait. So we'll see how this goes tonight with Golden State and the Wolves. But yeah, just ready to get to it. Good card today.
Good card today, indeed. Let's say hello to Sean. Sean, what's going on?
Not much. I'm just grabbing some Nuggets plus 11.5. I'll take them in the next game. I had them last night. And I've got like we talked about yesterday. Why would I not take the points in that one? I thought that, then I didn't have the Knicks in that spot because I'm not a big Knick guy. I think they still lose that one 4-1. But we saw, like Chris Ross said, you have extended days off. It kind of hurts a little bit. I think it hurts a little bit. It takes you a little bit to get back into it, where the other team is fresh, I guess. I don't know, but
rest equals rust, as they say, and it definitely shows some rest equals rust. But it didn't, though, because they shot out like a cannon. No, that's
exactly. Thunder were up early. I was like, oh boy, it's blowout time. So again, let's give Denver a little credit. Jokers. I said yesterday what I said at the end. I was like, there's a prop for plus 290, 275, what it was, for one of those guys that score 35 points. Are you kidding me? Like, for them to be in a game, Joker or Murray's got to score 35 points. You know that's going to happen every single game. And the Knick game, Knick fans, really? You're pumped up. My crazy one fan is like, oh, the Knicks are – fellas, you shoot 65 three-pointers and hit 20 of them and shoot 30%. I don't care who you are. You're losing.
Yeah.
And you won in overtime. Let's be honest. They could have threw tea out of a boat in Boston and not hit the water. They were terrible. And you win by I'm worried. That's That's an all line special for game 2. That Celtics by like 17 plus in game 2. Come on.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Celtics, like live and die by that 3. We've seen them like that. I don't think they had struggled covering spreads this year at home there because of that situation there. Yeah, 2-1 had a rain out in one of the games, but I was on the right side of the Nuggets there. I just thought it was too much there. And of course, I expect to rust it early, but maybe it's at the end of the games with the cardio because these teams run so fast now. Pace of play is so much, and maybe if you're not in that game cardio shape and it catches up to you late in the game. Could be the case there now with how much younger the league has become. And I had, of course, the Dodgers it took them a little while, but they got the bats going. They put up a 7. I'm expecting a 20 sometime during the series against the Marlins. We'll see if it happens like last year where they just pounded. Yeah, they've just been pounding. Like I said, it's like piranhas against the Marlins, right? The Dodgers come in with the Kikkoman sauce. They come in with their chopsticks ready to eat this Marlins team alive the way they've been pounding them. So they've just been really pounding this Marlins pitching staff. But yeah, I had that one in there. What didn't make it was a level 2 for me, the Padres yesterday, but they got it done in that 8th inning. Clutch hitting from the Padres again, and good bullpen, right? They fall behind and they don't allow more than 3 runs to that Yankees team. So I'm telling you, this Padres team is as a Dodger fan, you got to respect them. We're bettors. What the hell? Padres made me more money as much as the Dodgers did, so I can't complain there. But yep. Look pretty good. So let's get to the games, guys. We'll start with the NBA. News in this one, Pacers and Cavs. We see the Cavaliers here laying 9, total 229.5. We saw a 10 yesterday, but the news came out with some injuries. Remember, Garland, Hunter, and Mobley are all questionable here. Of course, Garland dealing with that toe. Indiana is going to be a clean injury report coming in. Warriors and Timberwolves, Minnesota from 7 down to 6.5, total 210.5. So that one's come down a bit. Maybe because Golden State's had good luck with them against that good season series. They won the season series against Minnesota. Didn't help Boston when they played, as they had good season series against the Knicks. We'll see how this one rolls. Payne is questionable for Golden State. Dillingham out for Minnesota. There you go with the injuries. We start with Rod.
Yeah, look at these ones here today. Looking at the first matchup, Pacers and Cavs. I don't know. You just go right back to the Pacers plus the points. But what I like better is the over. As I said, it ticked up to 230. But I think we cruise into the 230 again. We know this Cavs team, they can shoot the ball. Their offense can go. And the Pacers want to push the pace. That's what they do. So run a gun up and down the court to go. I'll take the over. It was 229 if you can still find it, grab it. But it's up to 230 now. So give me the over in that matchup. And then I'm going to go the other way. I think we see some defense. We've seen it from the Warriors in that first series. They played some solid defensive basketball. So at the 210.5, I think that's too many points. I think the Warriors get up for this. We've seen it. The teams that have been rested and waiting for the next team to come rolling along. That team that's come rolling along is hang around. So I think the Warriors can play some defense. I like the under 210.5 there in that one.
There from Rod. Move on over to Chris.
Yeah, I agree with the over in the Indy Cleveland game there. I mean, you got the Pacers that are healthy. We know Cleveland can shoot the ball there. I think it's going to be high scoring event there in that situation. Golden State and the Wolves. The only reason I'm really taking the points with Golden State today, just because of what we've seen with these teams that are rested and waiting. Now, I think the Timberwolves are a young team. I can see them winning, but not covering. I would love to see them win this series and advance, but I still got to see how game 1 goes with all these teams that have had time. And I think it's just better to do with Golden State with the 6.5. You were getting 7 earlier. Just take the points with them and see how game 1 rolls out here in Minnesota.
That's right. A lot of bad blood with the Warriors and the Timberwolves. The choking incident last year has been a lot, and the hard fouls as well that led to that. It just wasn't that game. There was a lot of hard fouls in their previous meetings that really led to that choking incident there. With especially I think they got an Ant and they retaliated on Curry. So there's a lot of stuff that's been going on through the years between the Timberwolves and Warriors. A lot of bad blood, just kind of like what you saw with Houston and the Warriors. On over to Sean.
I kind of disagree there, Chris. I like the under this Cleveland game. I mean, the Pacers shot the lights out in game 1. So what do you got to do? You better D up. I mean, let's go. I'm going to think of an under in that one. And I like the Wolves. I know they only, they were rested a little bit. They had a 5-game series as opposed to the 7. But you look at the number, you see a 7. Oh, it's Steph Curry and the boys getting 7. I can't do that. It's come down. Of course, it's going to come down. It's going to be all over Golden State in that crew. I like Minnesota here.
There we go with Sean. Tell you what I think about these games here. I'm going to stick to what I say. When we got a healthy, when the Pacers are healthy, take them plus points. I'm going to do that again. I should kick myself for not following that in game 1 because I got I just saw how Cleveland's net rating numbers were against Miami, but this is a different series here. This Indiana team is playoff experience. Don't forget, Carlisle won a ring. I know you've got to remember with the Mavericks, he won a ring with he's a championship coach. And so you got to respect that. And I think it's kind of what they're doing. I think they're reverse engineering themselves from last year. Last year, they ran like hell, and they faded down the stretch. This year, they played a slower pace, struggled. And come to the All-Star break, they revved up the Pacers team like we saw from last year where they just ran again and took care of the spacing, kind of play that in-and-out style where they get that, they swing the ball, find the open threes. And look, in the playoffs, we got enough sample size here. They're hitting 50% of their shots, 42% from three from the three-point line this year in the playoffs, and holding teams to 45% overall. Cleveland has not defended the three ball very well in this postseason. So I'll take the points there with Indiana. Kind of went back and forth here with this Warriors-Wolves game. I would lean the points here. It's probably a level 3 game for me. I wouldn't bet it. I wouldn't at all. I don't care what the market move is. That's just a game that I wouldn't really have my money on it. Again, the issue I have with Minnesota has been their shooting percentage. They shot the ball horribly in that Lakers series, and Lakers just inept. That was really what it came down to. The Wolves should have lost in some of those games because they just can't shoot. And we know the size advantage for the Timberwolves is going to be an issue here, like it was in the Rocket series. And the one thing here you always have to worry with Golden State is they're not a comeback team. If they fall behind, they wave the white flag. Especially in a situation where they got a 7-game series, it's on the road. They fall behind, they'll sit the guys and all right, let's guys just so we're an old team. We're not going to try and come back and lose by 1, and that's what I'm worried about here in this spot, taking the Warriors, and that's why I call it a level 3 play. Where to me, I wouldn't bet it. Is a situation here where if the Warriors fall behind, I don't think you're going to see a comeback from them because Curl sit everybody because it's game 1, right? It's the meaningless. Game 1 we'll come back and try and steal game 2, but that's how I see that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Simone Show as we turn our attention over to Major League Baseball here. 16-game card. We're going to have a doubleheader today between the Guardians and the. We got all the games in except one. It was a little dicey there in New York. They said, we're going to play through this rain. So that's what they did. I'm just going to scroll here and take a look at some of the pitching matchups here for the first block of games. Doesn't look like anything has changed whatsoever. Actually, let me just go ahead and scroll through here and look if I can find any pitching changes. But so far through the early games, I don't see it. We know it's Skeens day to day. Jackson Jobe returns. They were just trying to rest him because he's a rookie. They're gonna play that game with these young with Jobe. Someone was asking what's going on with Jobe. The word with Jobe is we're just gonna baby him. That's it. We're gonna give him extra rest because he's a rookie. So there you go. Do what you do with that one. No pitching changes. Okay, no pitching changes in any of the 16 games. So the games we're going to cover here in this block will be Guardians and Nationals game 1 and 2. Game 1, it is the Guardians $1.20 total of 9. Game 2, it is Guardians $1.13 total 9.5. Dodgers and Marlins, the Dodgers $2.67 total 9.5. Rangers and Red Sox, Rangers $1.15 total of 9. Phillies and Rays, we got this one. The Phillies $1.16 total 8, and we'll close the block here with Padres and Yankees. Padres down the favorite here, $1.07. They opened the favorite, but it's coming down from the $1.15 price down to $1.07, total of 8. And we started off with Rod.
Yeah, first one I like the Guardians there in that first game 1 with Ortiz on the mound versus Irvin. The Guardians, they just love to beat up on the bad teams, so probably take the Guardians in both games here versus Washington. But definitely honing in. I like the first one there with Ortiz on the mound. Give me the Guardians in game 1. And then give me the over Dodgers and Marlins. That's all they do is score runs. Runs plenty between these two squads. It was 10-1 to the over between these two teams head-to-head. And look at the Marlins last 10 games, 8-2 to the over. Dodgers 7-3 to the over. Plenty of runs. Bring it go up to the ballpark day in Miami. And then look at the Texas heading out onto the road, going into Boston. Who Texas is favored in that one? Don't you want to put your money on Texas? No. I'll take Boston there in that one. I don't trust Texas on the road. 5-10 straight up on the road this year. Yuck! In their favorite, trying to hook you right into that one. Come on, don't you want it? You know you want Texas. No, I don't. I'll take Boston there. Gonna smack them around a little bit there in that matchup. Couple I like early.
There from Rod. We move on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to take Cleveland in both games, ride with Ortiz and ride with Lively in both game 1 and 2. I agree with the over in Dodgers-Miami. The Dodgers are just going to keep cranking off of Quantrill today. And then, I'm going to fade the ace with Evaldi and take Boston. Texas on the road is 5-10 on the road. I'm not putting any money with Texas there. I'll take the plus 105 with Boston. And then San Diego Yankees, back and forth on that one. I'd probably might think under first 5. I think King can keep it under control there, so maybe under in first 5 on that one.
There we go from Chris on over to Sean.
All right, we got the double dipper there. I'm all for taking one team both games. If you're going to do a doubleheader, it's tough to sweep doubleheaders. I know we saw the Cardinals do it. I'm not going to have anything probably going in that game there. Dodgers, here we go. It's been over. That's 9.5. Team total Dodgers, what is it? Probably 5.5, right?
Oh, yeah, that might be better. Yeah.
Yeah, so I like Gosselin, but I'm not. We're laying 275. Here we go. 4 2/3 innings.
From we just seen that matchup a couple days ago, about 6 days ago. The exact same thing.
Same thing.
So here we go. Over team total over there, and first of all, I'm seeing rain, so it looks like the Boston game is probably going to get rained out. It looks like it's supposed to be raining throughout the day here or the evening. 85% chance of rain. So I don't know if they'll play that one. But Texas. I'm not a Giolito guy. Second game back. I don't know. Like you guys are saying, as bad as Texas is,
he put on some weight, man. I thought he hit the weight room. Man, he looked big up there.
and they're minus 120. It's not even like it's like a 105 kind of, it's not even like one of those low ones where it's sort of either pick them. I mean, 120s, that's not for a team that's 500, below 500. What does that tell you? I don't know. I kind of like Texas. And I haven't pulled the trigger on that, but that's where I'm at on that one. Phillies Rays. Give me the under. Padres again. I'm going to fade the Yanks. Had the Padres yesterday as well. So there's that. And is that the wrap up, or we got Braves in this one too as well?
That's the wrap up for that one.
All right. There you go.
There we go, Rashawn. I'll just go over the weather with you guys. Yeah, Boston does look like 84% chance of rain. Winds right to left, but 64 degrees. Not like super cold temperatures, though. Padres, Yankees, looks like it's going to be wet again. 63% chance of rain. 60 degrees. Winds light wind right to left there. And the other one is Colorado. 100% chance of rain.
That's out. They're not playing.
46 degrees, wind blowing out. So the hitters are not. We may see it rain out there. At least we did not get in cold where it's not cold where we're going to get snow. It's 46 degrees. So you're not going to see snow in Colorado because it's a little. We're already in May here, but still, it'll snow. It can still snow in May, but we don't have enough warm. The temperature is not cold enough to get some snow in Colorado. But that one looks like definitely a rain out. No doubt about that. I agree here with the over. These are the Piranhas. The Dodgers Piranhas against the Mariners pitching. They just eat them up, man. The Dodgers now 6-0 against bad bullpens of ERAs of 4.2 or higher this season. I mentioned yesterday, we saw what the Dodgers hitters did to the Marlins last year. Remember when Ohtani went wild? They put up a 20 spot on that Marlins team last year in Miami, and then they came to Dodger Stadium last year and they pounded the Marlins bullpen, Marlins pitching staff. They had a pound in a bad spot playing a Sunday night game. They woke up late and got 7 runs and after a Sunday night game. Give me the over there with LA at Miami again. We're with Rod here. I like Boston here at this spot. Texas just can't hit on the road. And when they're lined at this price, they're 3-7, plus 125 up to minus 125, losing 4 units. Red Sox have done well against losing teams this year, so I'll look at them. Give me a game like 1 and 2 with Guardians, like Rod was saying. Guardians are like the Tigers; they take out the trash pretty well. It's trash day again for Cleveland. They're going to take it out. Beating the bad teams is what they do. They're 15-2 against these bad teams with a 380 to 480 win percentage. The past 1+ seasons, returning 14 units, and you got a decent price with them here. Yeah, I agree with the Padres. They're now 6-0 with Ariz back in the lineup, and the Yankees are now 2-11 against an NL team with the starters whip of 1.25 or lower the past 1+ seasons, losing 12 units. So give me the Padres in that one. And let's see, we got the Tampa game in that one. Yeah, I like the under with Tampa and the Rays here. Wheeler and Rasmus was one of my favorite pitchers in all of baseball. I like his whip is 0.98. Phillies don't hit on the road, but their bullpen has been sharp the last 6 games. And on the road against right-handed starters this year, Phillies 3-7 to the under. I'll look the under in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show as we're ready here for the next series of games here from the 16-game card from Major League Baseball. And we will go to Reds and the Braves. In this one, we got the Braves 200 total of 8. Giants and Cubbies. The Cubs $1.47 total of 8. If you got the Newsy Managa on the 15-day injured list with that, pulled a hamstring running to first base. White Sox and Royals. Royals here 220 total 8.5. Orioles and Twins. The Twins $1.60 total 8.5. Astros and Brewers. The Brewers $1.18 total of 8. Go over to Rod.
Yeah, give me the over between the Giants and the Cubbies at 8. We can see plenty of runs in that matchup. I like the over there. Verlander on the mound, Colin Rea. Hey, Rea's been pitching good for the Cubs, but the Cubs offense definitely can get some runs there. And you look at the Giants as a road dog in the spot, 20-3 to that over. So I like the over in that matchup. And then you include the White Sox and the Royals here in this one. I'm going to take the Royals there in that one. I'll take them on the run line. Good old Big Burks on the mound for the White Sox. He's not so good. The White Sox over the last couple seasons versus a good starting pitcher with a whip better than 1.2. Well, they are 1-22 are these White Sox. I think the Royals beat up on them again. I'll take them on the run line in that matchup. The two I like in that spot. That's pretty much it. That middle spot is a tough one today.
Yeah, from Rod on over to Chris.
Yeah, look at the Reds-Braves game. We got Sale and Abbott starting. I'd probably lean under there. I think both these guys can keep this game under control here. Didn't see a whole lot of runs yesterday at all, and now you got Sale and Abbott on there, so that should be decent matchup for an under there. Take the under in the White Sox and Royals. Now we know both these pitchers can get hit, but that requires the other team to be able to hit. So take the under there, under 8.5, and then Orioles Twins. I'm gonna take a shot with the Twins on the run line. You look at the Orioles on the road. I mean, they're 5-11. They're not great. So I just take a shot with the Twins there on the run line in that one. Those are 3 I like. Yeah.
There we go with Chris on over to Sean.
All right. So I was looking at trying to do some ribby props in this Dodger game, and I can't find our guy Page. There was not coming up for Andy Pages. It was not coming up for.
Not coming up, huh?
Wow. No, there's nothing on there for him. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I could do something like 2 runs, like alt line to 2 runs. I went to DraftKings. I was trying to play around with it, and then was doing a location check and my whatever. I can't get into my crazy VPN problems. All right, let's enough about my bad luck here. Let's do some second half games here. All right, we're gonna go with man, I'm annoyed yesterday I didn't take the Reds, even though they lost, because I think today I like Abbott, so I want to take the Reds today. It was a series I'd want to take them every game, but they lost yesterday, so I'm going to come in and say, let's take the Reds here today. We're going to fade Verlander. Let's go Cubbies. Let's go Cubbies. Get it done. And again, the Orioles. What do we do? And the crazy line with you are like, I mean, I got to do a run line with the Twins today.
Yeah.
It has to be a run line. $1.60. The Twins are terrible. That's all right. I'll take the 130 on a run line. I'll do it. Give me the run line. The Orioles, last place Orioles for the whole season. Get used to the Oriole fans. It's a terrible team. Terrible. Royals as well. It'll be a run line there. Plus, I think we're at plus 110. Minus 110 there in that game as a consensus. 113. At 108. There we go. Royals run line. And we got the Brewers in there too, right?
We do. Yes, we do.
Yeah. Brew Crew, let's go. The Stros. You lose Yordi. That's it. Send in the clowns. Lost season in Houston. That lineup is an atrocious lineup. We see a lot of bad lineups.
Yeah, they lost a lot.
I mean, you're talking about Texas not hitting on the road. I mean, there's a lot of teams that do not hit. Houston is right up there. Give me the Brew Crew.
I think the two contenders in the AL West are playing in a homeless shelter today. We might see the winner coming up. We might see the winner out of that division. They're incredible. All right, I agree with the under here with Reds and Braves. Good pitching staff, Abbott and Sale going head to head. Atlanta not a good hitting team against lefties. Reds 206. Both teams can't hit lefties, and they're going to see lefties today. So give me the under there. I have to agree with the run line here with KC. KC does not do good against good starting pitching, as Rod mentioned there. So I'll look at there. Actually, when you look at the Royals here, when they're lined at $2 or better, the past 1+ season here at home, 7-1 of the run line. That must be a lot of White Sox run line covers. Probably a lot of them. Probably all of them are the White Sox their coverage. I would reasonably guess. For the Royals to be $2 at home, there's probably a lot of games against the White Sox in there. So, I agree with the run line in that one. Let's see what else. Yeah, I like the Twins on the run line. Baltimore can't hit on the road. Their bullpen has been torched the last 6 games. The Twins, over the past 7, the hitting's picked up 271. The bullpen's picked up as well against these bad pitching staffs. The Twins 8-1 at home to the run line against teams that allow 4.9 runs or greater. So they take care of business against these bad pitching staffs. So I'll look at that one here with the run line in that spot. I kind of agree with Sean here on the Cubbies. Giants don't hit well on the road. Man, the Cubbies just blasted the ball yesterday. That's the one I'm picking myself, not taking the big plus price on the run line with the Cubs yesterday, because that was one that was my level 2 play. I should have been level 1 in my book. But anyway, Cubs at this price are 7-3 at home when favored by even money to minus 150. I like him in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X1 show as we close out baseball here with the following games. All right, we've got, the Pirates here and the Cardinals. Skeens Day again. Here we've got Pirates $1.28, total 7. Tigers and Rockies. Then again, that one's 100% chance of rain. But the Tigers $1.67, total 9.5 for a rainy day. But it's Colorado. Blue Jays and Angels. Not a lot of books lining this one. I see both teams favored, $1.15, one side, $1.10, the other side, total of 9. Mets and D-backs. We got the D-backs at $1.10, total 9. And back in the shelter, they played extra innings in the shelter, won 11 yesterday. Here, Athletics $1.17, total of 10. We start with Rod.
Yeah, so with those two guys going to the mound, I think they score some more runs at 10. I'll take the over there, Seattle and the Athletics and the homeless there. We've seen plenty of runs to get us over the total yesterday. I think we get the same there in that matchup. And you know what? I'm going to take Colorado there. I hope they play the game because I really want to take Colorado and get us a nice little win. Everybody and his mama's going to be humping up on Detroit there in that one. Detroit's been on this long road trip. You know me, I love fading teams that have been on a road trip longer than a week. They're starting to get that seed oil shot, toxic shock. They're starting to oh, my God, the legs get heavy. You start eating garbage food for a week out on the road. Now you got to come into Colorado.
And they had a day off yesterday. So
and you had a day off. So then you dabbled in some stuff that you probably shouldn't have done as well. And then you probably ate some more crappy food. And then now you got to come in and play this game. Book's telling you all you need to know there in that one. Why are the Rockies only a plus 150 there in that one? Yeah, because the book knows what's going on there. Give me Colorado on the money line in that one to snag a win. And then, hey, it's Zach Fallen Day. He's back at home, too, where he always falls. And he's been trash all season long. At home, there's Zach Fallen. Not fooling me. Give me the over, though. I think he gives up plenty of meatballs to the Mets. lean to the Mets, but I like the over in that one. We'll see plenty of runs in Arizona today. After Zach Gallen leaves, that bullpen's even more trash. Give us the Mets and the over same game parlay in that one. Trash Arizona all season long. Bombs.
Yep. Well, the Arizona bullpen coughed it up that 3-run home run late.
Yeah, again, right? Again,
coughed up
as always. That's just a trash bullpen. We've seen it plenty of times. They got lucky and had a nice little run that did that bullpen, but until we see that, they'll just keep fading in Arizona. They're not good.
Then with Rod on over to Chris.
Looking at this Detroit Colorado game, if they play, I did the YouTube video on it, deeper dive on it, a lot of information in that one. Wish Rod would leave me and my mom alone about being on the Tigers, but here we are. We're going to be on the Tigers run line. Leave my mom out of this one. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to be on the Tigers run line there. Colorado sucks. But anyway, I hate to do this. I got to fade the wall behind me and do yeah, I gotta fade Skeens. He looks like he's a couple starts away from Tommy John. Honestly, he got rocked in that Cubs game, man. That was excruciating to watch. 3 home runs back to back. I gotta see how he does today. I'm gonna fade him. Lean cards. We'll see how he does. I need him to bounce back. That was just a really terrible game against the Cubs. Like, that was a terrible outing. He didn't even look like himself. So we hope he, I don't know, hope he gets better, but he's not looking like the Paul Skeens from last year. He's getting rocked. So we'll take the cards there and fade my guy today. As painful as that is, and I'll take a shot with Toronto here with plus money there on them, fading the Angels, and then I'm gonna go with the Mariners on the money line there against Jeffrey Springs. I think he gets rocked. I think we see a lot of runs there, but I'd rather take the Mariners in that one.
There we go with Chris on over to Sean.
Yeah, St. Louis Skeens. I mean, they're 3-4 in his starts, and I don't know if he's Tommy John bound. If he is, I wouldn't be shocked. Right, you come out and throw like that, and hi Mason Miller. I said the guy's Mason Miller. I said he's going to be in the bullpen in a year. There you go. That's where he is. That's where he was the same way when he came up for days. Look at this guy, he's awesome. And now all of a sudden he's out for a year. Tommy John, he's never the same. There you go. There you go, Pirate fans. There you go. Enjoy St. Louis today. I don't want to spend a lot of time on the Rocks and Tiger. It's one of those things. If it's going to be a rain out, like, you're really going to invest time and then crazy stuff. It's a delay. It's sort of a start. I mean, I'd be with Chris there on the Tiger run line. Although Dollander is a top prospect for Colorado, so I would not be shocked. You saw him pitch a 2-1 game versus the Dodgers, or excuse me, against the Braves. Right. The Tiger lineup is not that great, so I could, I'm not going to say don't take the Rockies there, but again, I can't do that, especially in a rain delay. No, thank you. I want to take Tyler.
For the Rockies in a rain delay, though, right? See, they go out, play a couple of innings, borrow the Tigers again. They'll eat some more seedy foods and make it even worse. I love the Rockies.
Yeah, then take them tomorrow, not today. I can't. I
take them all 3. They're gonna win this series against Detroit. I'm telling you, I'm gonna take the Rockies all in this series. That long road trip's gonna kick Detroit's rear end.
Yeah, Rod likes to take teams at the back end of the road trip. Rod likes to fade teams on the back end of the road trip.
The team on the back end of this long road trip. Anything over a week, man, I'm going to fade the snot out of the teams longer than a week out on the road. You're living out of your suitcase for a week, and you're eating some. You may be a professional team, but the seed oils are going to be sneaking in there.
I get it, man. Listen, that's why you're top of the leaderboard, because you're going to take a crap Rocky team at plus 140 for 3 straight games. I can't do that. I'd rather just pass, especially on a rainy day. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's. Why even bother?
It hasn't been Rod Donation Nation so far there, JM. You can keep thinking that if you want. We'll see how it goes.
So wants to know why.
Rod's consistent. He does it in all sports: NBA, NHL, MLB teams on the back end of the road trip. He's on fading. He's fading them.
But I've said this before. We've talked about before. If you're going to do that, people are going to say, "Oh, good call, Rod. You're the loser." It's not one game, folks. This is a season. I mean, if you go with this the entire year, you'll make money on this the entire year, because you're taking probably a team that's getting a minimum, probably 125.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, chances are it's going to be, well, in this case, I mean, when it goes into, hey, we're going to fade the what did the Red Sox play in the Yankees? Also, the Yankees will be like a 340 fade. You'll be like, oh, but then that's where it comes into play, where you got to start getting a little fancy with run lines and stuff like that, because I don't think Rod. I think it'd be like a 240 with somebody. Would you, Rod, in that case, or no?
if you're going to give me a +1.5 at a +130 with the Rocks and
With the run line.
and Honor, yeah, you're going to give me a +money
Yeah.
with a run line. I'll be. I
No.
like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm saying for like with the home team, I'm saying as opposed to like when it's like the Dodgers playing the Rockies at home and it's a 380 because the Rockies are on the road trip. You're not going to lay 380. But are you going to lay 170 with the Dodgers run line? You're probably like, you know what? I'll just do a team total over. But in spots like that, I get it. I understand that because it's not one game. That's where the chatting people don't understand. It's not just a one-off kind of spot. And here's a one-off kind of spot for you. Gallon wins. Here we go. Arizona, they're going to rise like a phoenix out of the desert. Arizona for me.
It's going to fall in like we've seen all the fallen movies. It'll be like timber.
Arizona, let's go. I had Arizona yesterday too. Thanks for that loser, Arizona. I like Arizona.
Oh God, it's a bullpen. A bullpen again. The 3-run homer confirmed. Yeah, Lindor.
The M's and the A's there. Justin wants like Ribby props on this. I don't like coming in on a Ribby. I could see an over again with these guys, but I just don't like it after a extra inning game. I don't know. It should be an over. We've seen overs out there, but I'm not interested. Especially Hancock. He's been bad. I get it. And that's it. That's the wrap up there.
There we go with Sean here. Yeah, no, I think Ross consistent with that. I think you're also consistent with the first road game. You like to be on him on the first road game, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he likes He likes to be on teams on the first road game.
Yes.
And fan him at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, because they get out for him. That first game, get out. They're like, they got to get on the road trip. You want to get on the winning side. They got to be rolling. So
I like the first game in the sports too. That's where I jump into my NBA and hockey for like regular season because I'm like, if you can't win the first game where you're going to be motivated, you're sure as hell you're going to win game 7 in 13 nights or whatever you're going to be
right?
at. 4 and 6 days kind of nonsense.
Exactly. All right. Tell you what I think. Yeah, I agree here with St. Louis. Their bats at home. They're just a different team at home. We saw it there yesterday with these extending their lead. And Pirates hitting is just the problem, man. It puts a lot of pressure on pitchers when you know you're going to get 1 or 2 runs. That's a lot. That's tough. The Giants did it well because they had back in their heyday with the Lincecum and Cup. They were experienced pitchers. But it's tough when you know the young kids, these young pitchers, knowing that and even the bullpen, if you have 3 runs, you lose the game. That's a lot of pressure on a pitching staff, and that's what Pittsburgh's feeling right now because they're not getting anything out of their. They just lost to a guy who got hammered in the PCL the last 2 years, and they still couldn't do much against that guy. I forgot it was a couple of days ago. But anyway, Cardinals is just too strong at home, hitting 289 at home. The bullpen pitches well. Liberatore allowed 4 earned runs in 18 innings at home. So I'll look at the St. Louis in that spot. Also note here the strikeout rate for Skanes has fallen down to 24.8%. He's no longer in the league category for the strikeouts. So the strikeouts have taken a massive dump. The walks are okay. It's about 5%. Home runs still 0.84 home runs per 9 innings, but the strikeouts have considerably gone down there in that one. Yeah, I'm just faith this Angels team. I mean, it's just you know what the Angels bullpen ERA is over their past 6 games. The Angels bullpen. I've never seen this. I mean, I was like, I couldn't. I mean, it was just really the Angels bullpen in their past 6 games has allowed 34 runs in 16 and third innings. When I saw an ERA 16 point, I just like, we've got to be out of your freaking mind. Can you give up 34 runs in 16 and third innings? My God, that bullpen is trash. I know some of the numbers for the Blue Jays on the road, but I mean, look at the Angels against lefty starters, $1.68. I mean, it's just and Washington says because all these teams are making moves, right? You're seeing you look at the little ticker. This guy's been sent down. That guy's been sent down. The Angels, no, we don't have anyone that can help us in the minor leagues. That's pretty bad. They're bad. Well, there's no player movement. We got nobody. No one down there can help us. Oh my God, the Angels are sorry.
Get rid of contraction. Let's get rid of the teams.
Yeah, let's get rid of them. Yeah, they're talking about contraction, but this Angel team is a mess. Of course, Trout's on the injured list again, so it's no surprise.
I know they go on contraction because it's like their union jobs and all that kind of nonsense. You'd still have minor leagues.
Yep.
And the teams would be better, and those guys would be getting paid more. They'd be getting paid more because there's less jobs, and it's more competitive. You'd be getting paid more money.
Yeah, you got 4 levels of development. You got 4 levels to develop guys into major league talent. 4 levels: rookie league, single A,
Maybe
double
we're
A,
going to have to
triple
bring
A.
up a 19-year-old to save your franchise at 19. The guy's not even developed yet as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're still growing at 19.
And what the thing about it is, I'm starting to notice more and more are the college guys are ready to go when you bring them in. I mean, they only need one or maybe all they really need is one. And you know who's really making an impact in baseball now and pitching is the SEC. If you look at a lot of these pitchers that come from the SEC, they're making a lot of impact on some of these teams, and they're making rosters fast. So SEC
23.
baseball, yeah, yep. Forget
These
about
guys
those.
coming with 22, 23. You're not 19.
Forget
Jordan
about
Walker's been playing for 4 years. He's 24 years old.
Yeah, I think the NIL is going to help college baseball more than anything, because what that's going to do is going to take all the best. It's going to move all the best talent to the SEC, and the SEC is going to be a minor league conference, a minor league organization for Major League Baseball, because the SEC is producing a lot of good talent in Major League, especially in baseball right now. Georgia is another one. Yeah, all these SEC guys, the pitchers, are coming in. And they're just moving quick. They're just fast track. Some guys don't even hit I saw a guy didn't even hit the minors. I mean, he had like a couple and boom, right in start, but he went back down again because it was too early. But yeah, some of these SEC guys, one or two seasons, and boom, they're right in the rotation. So yeah, keep an eye on the SEC. That's I would rather draft a guy from the SEC than a high school guy, because these high school guys get drafted because of the development league. They get drafted, and you never know what these high school guys are going to do. I couldn't believe they used to throw all this money at these high school talent classes. What are you doing? These high schools? It's a different level.
I somehow went from, I was watching my little 30 for 30 on Once Upon a Time in Queens. I was following like players. I jumped into like the Hubie Brooks, how he was traded from. I think I was drafted like 4 times in the 70s. He was drafted like in high school, 1 year after college, another year after college, another year bringing into JUCO. But he went all the way through college, and he turned into a first rounder, top 10 pick from a 17th round or whatever they drafted baseball. Stay in school, especially now you're getting paid. You go to let's go to single A and make $1,500 a month. That's great.
The SEC is going to have a big advantage now with this Pac-12 split, because they have the weather advantage in the SEC playing in the South. The Pac-12 used to have it, but now they sent the Pac-12 schools to the Big Ten, the good ones like USC, UCLA, Oregon. Oregon State used to bring up talent, not anymore. Oregon, they would bring talent to the majors, but now the SEC is going to be a Triple A team. Triple A are going to be a feeder school, so they're going to draw all the good baseball prospects to the SEC now, because they have the weather advantage, and because of the Pac-12 split. The Big Ten has it. Look at the weather in the Big Ten. I mean, who wants to play baseball in April, May, and in those schools?
What about like Big 12 with all the Texas schools? That's
a possibility too. But again, the the good teams went to the SEC, Texas and Oklahoma. Yeah. The SEC is going to be a hotbed now for baseball talent, and and of course NL now paying the talent to play there, and you're starting to see it now in baseball. The SEC is now a massive powerhouse in baseball. So any good prospects going to go to the SEC now. That Pac-12 split is going to make NCAA is going to have biggest impact in SEC baseball. That's what it's going to be. All right, I like the Mets here in this spot. Give me Peterson. Man, the Mets bats are hot, and they're getting that clutch hitting. Arizona does not hit lefties very well. We talked about the Fade Gallen situation. 14 runs allowed at home in 19 2/3. Mets bullpen in great form. They kept them in the game to allow the comeback. So you need 2 things to happen in a comeback. One, you need the offense to produce, and you need the bullpen to hold the team. And that's what they did. They set up the comeback greatly there. I'll look at them in that spot. I like the over there, the homeless and the Athletics. These bats are hot right now. Seattle over the past 5 games. Hey, their offense played a winning game yesterday. The defense the pitching let them down. Past 5 games hitting 291. And these are nocturnal. The homeless are nocturnal. 274 with 30 homers in 21 night games. So give me the over in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Sports Show as we continue on with hockey for today's action. A couple of games here on the board. Let's see. I'm not seeing the hat for the Rod today. We'll see. Hurricanes and Capitals here. We got the Hurricanes, $1.35, total 5.5. Oilers. The Oilers are playing tonight in Vegas. Golden Knights, $1.33, total 6.5. We start with Rod.
Yeah, and we'll kick it off with that Oilers and Vegas game. Hey, they split the season series. They played 4 times, and Both teams 1-1 in each other's arena, and then the home team 1-1. So it's each team 1-2 head-to-head. So it should be a good battle. But what we've seen in those games in Vegas is the defenses got ramped up. And we've seen that late in that Kings series that the Oilers are starting to get their defensive ramped up. So 6.5, everybody's going to jump on that over. Yeah, look at the over. It's an Oilers game. We'll see plenty of goals. They give it up all over the place. Nah, in this one versus the Knights, take the under 6.5 there in that one. And then it's my buddy Logan Thompson going to goal for this Washington squad in Carolina on the road. 16-21 on the road. We know their ass. They haven't even won in Washington this season, losing both meetings in Washington. That crowd's going to be going absolutely nuts. Ovi and company, before they come out, they'll be all dancing around. Bands make a dance. Bands make a dance. Give me Washington in that one at home. That's just disrespecting Washington there in that one. Making them the home dog at that price. Carolina's on the road. That's ass. They're just trying to hook you into Carolina. Don't do it. Take Washington on the money line there in that one.
Yeah, the Sharps are also disrespecting them because they moved from 120 to 135 in some spots.
Yeah.
So, Caps are a dog. Golden Knights is like a pick 'em for the series. Maple Leafs are a dog for series. Jets a dog for the series. Is it worth taking all these plus 145 series dogs here?
For me, I want to jump on the Jets, but they got some question marks on injuries. I'll have to dig a little more to see today if we got to know if Scheifele's going to play. Morrissey went out late in that, and Morrissey's their number one defenseman for the Jets. Morrissey could be tough.
For Dallas, again, I had to kind of dilly-dally and jump in and out of the pool here with the hockey. The Stars are a team I want to fade off of, because it's just a huge series win for them, right? They weren't so when you kind of pivot towards taking the Jets in that spot?
No.
Not really.
Just survived St. Louis, and now you're beat up. You had to go a 7-game series. Dallas is a team that's been there, done that. If it comes down to a Game 7, Mr. Coach DeBoers is 8-0 in Game 7s. He's the better coach by far. It's not even close. I have a soft spot for Dallas. Dallas has made the Western Final the last 2 seasons.
All right,
so they've been there, done that. And look what they did to Colorado. They got the job done, and now you got Mikko Rantanen starting to roll. If he starts ripping goals in, it could get pretty ugly for the Jets real quick. Rantanen scored the hat trick in a third. So,
and I sort of like the Oilers.
Should be a good
square play.
No, because look at what Hill's been doing all playoffs today. He hasn't been good. His numbers are awful. How did they get past Minnesota? Look at them numbers. Hill's got an 880 save percentage. They weren't good on the power play. Their penalty kill was awful. I don't know how Vegas got past the Wild in that one. I'm loving it. And the Oilers got secondary scoring. So, yeah, I like the Oilers in the series.
Probably I see the 6.5. I want to do the over in that 6.5. It looks, 6.
See,
I'm over.
It's all come on, get that 6.5. I love the under.
Yeah, but it's 6.5. It's I remember when there were 5s. I remember 4.5. I remember 4.5 in
Kings with quick. Yeah. Remember the quick Kings?
Oh, yeah.
The quick teams.
4.5.
10 years ago, they were 4.5. The Kings playoff games were 4.5 with quick, and because of their style of play, because Suter had that defensive style, puck possession.
We've seen it combine 6 goals in 2 games in Vegas between these 2 squads this year.
Really? Yeah, but I figured the way Vegas is playing, that's why I was kind of liking the over. They're not, that's why I kind of like the Edmonton. Figured to give up some goals.
Back in those days, it's more speed over puck possession. Back then, the analytics were puck possession teams that possessed the puck for X percentage of time, wins, this, that was the big thing with the Kings. They were playing the analytics game where puck possession was key. And they were winning puck possession. They had the puck, when you look at the numbers. But now these teams, the way you combat that is you just play fast, and the Kings were late to react to that. And that's why they went through years of misery.
Of misery, yeah. I can't believe you guys got rid of Blake though yesterday, man. I'm surprised. Surprised me a little bit. That's not a what? I don't think he was the issue. I don't think he was the issue whatsoever, because he had done some pretty good with the Kings. You got some offense. You just need a couple pieces defensively.
Yeah, defensive culture. Yeah.
Just a little bit of tweaking here and there. That team was pretty good. I don't know that equation.
Unless he was in charge of the defense, maybe he's a defense. Maybe he was in charge because I've always been critical of the Kings' defense. You know that from the get-go.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
this team.
You figure the position he was in, he probably didn't have a whole lot of say in that defense. That's why I don't get the whole. I think he goes to Colorado. Colorado needs a good guy.
Or he may be the one. He may be the voice of the room, saying, "Hey, we need to be more defensive minded," and they're like, and he's about frustrated with that. Sometimes he may be the one voice saying, "Hey, he's remember he's a defenseman. Hey, we need to put in some defensive. We need a defensive culture. Maybe the coach GM relationship is a little salty there because
It's got to be something.
Yeah, probably salty because. That's it's again, from a defensive standpoint, he's probably seen it all season. There's a lack of defensive culture on this team. There's a lack of puck possession. There's too many turnovers. We were just basically too offensive minded here. And then that may not sit well with management. The way the way he dealt with the coach, that might be the situation there. That's all I can think of because, like I said, I was never a fan. First year in a long time that I didn't even go to a King game this year because I don't like the style they were playing. So.
Unless it's going to go watch his son play some hockey because his son's that age now. He's deep into the hockey, so maybe he wants to be the proud papa and be watching his son travel around instead of coaching. That could be it too.
Yeah, I just think it's more philosophical.
I think so too. Yeah, I think he wanted to inject more defensive style play, and I think he got kiboshed, and they were just like, "Okay, out you go."
Yeah. And so, that's right. It's just
tread lightly. Game ones, Oilers in the McDavid era. In game ones of a series, 3-11. They're not very good in these game ones. I don't know what it is and why they love to put themselves behind the 8 ball, but they love to do it early. We've seen 2-0 against the Kings, and they came roaring back. We've seen the Stanley Cup final down 3-0, came roaring back to tie the series. It's just, I don't know. It's what the Oilers do. They love to give their fans fits.
Yeah. And we see sometimes you choke away games. I go back to that Clippers game 4, blew that one, just didn't come ready, and then you let the team run past. Yeah, one bad game in the middle of a series can turn it around, and we saw that there. All right, we got you through the hockey. Now it's time for our Parlay Purple segment, where our cappers can give out a parlay. They give a team player prop, game of the future, series pick, or just play it straight. They make the call on this one. We start with Rod.
So I got a couple things for you. We're going to go with a little two-teamer in today's baseball. We're going to take the Royals on the run line and the Mets on the run line. Little two-teamer. And then a little couple RBI props. We're going to take Kyle Stowers of the Marlins to get a ribby. He's at plus 200. He's got 25 on the season already. And then we're going to take a couple Blue Jays. My buddy Bobo Bichette, he should get a ribby today.
Oh, yeah.
We're going against them Angels. We should definitely get some ribbies on the Jays today. And then Jimenez, Andre, he get him a ribby at a plus 255. I got to take a shot with Jimenez on the Blue Jays at a plus 255 and Bo Bichette at 175. A couple of ribbies for you.
There we go with Rod on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to go Red Sox money line, Twins run line, and Cardinals money line, as painful as that was to say. Now, I will do a home run prop in the Cards Pirates game. What happens when these batters face Skeens? The books inflate their home run props. So we've got Nolan Arenado for a home run against Skeens. He's hit one off of him before. He's at plus 1,000 because it's Skeens today. So there's that, and I will also tack on a ribby prop here for the Toronto game. Looking at Dalton Varsho, plus 220. He bats 8th, and he's got 3. He's got 2 or 3 home runs. He's in the home run video that I did today as well. So he's already hit a home run off Tyler Anderson, but he bats 8th. So take him for a ribby at plus 220.
There we go with Chris. On over Sean.
All right. Yesterday we had the Braves under, Kansas City run line, and Arizona first 5, 2-1. But we're going to flip back to the ribbies today. 25 and 37 plus 1045. There they are. Muncie plus 130. Betts is a 135. 2 ribbies is 425. Otani 2 ribbies 350. Like I said, I was looking for the pages. He wasn't listed on DK, so that's why I added the Betts and the Otani at bigger numbers there because Otani again lead off plus 110. I'm not going to do a 110 for him or somebody like Judge or whoever's in that kind of spot. Anybody you want, top of the order guy, I think you should go to, especially a guy who hits 40 homers. Your Sotos, your Alonso, stuff like that, whatever. So I look for a big payday in the Dodger game here. Again, we need, we get a
maybe I think they're late because Edman hit the injured list and he would have been in the lineup because he's a lefty. So you got righty in there versus righty. So maybe they're just late. They could probably be added when they realize, hey, Edman's out.
Yeah. Some days there's a bunch in there, and I put guys in here who don't even make the lineup. The other day I had with the Giants, I had two guys who wouldn't even play. Fitzgerald didn't play, Lee didn't play. But they were listed with odds. So you never know. You never know. That's why we got the late show.
Yeah, happy hour.
Late show. But yeah, the two ribbies. Benson's a 2-run home run in the first inning, and we won for the day. Good night. We got a winning day. We move on. So anything else is a bonus after it's a 2-run home run today.
There we go from Sean. Also, shout out to our man who runs that chat. Ron Hahn with his 3-teamer for you right there. He's also part of our team at TonySpicks.com there with Ron. I'll tell you what I like here, my 3-teamer here. I like the Warriors plus the price. Give me the Guardians in game 2 because you'll have the Nationals bullpen back into their bullpen in game 2 of this doubleheader, and it could get pretty ugly there. Also, again, I'm gonna go against these two crappy bullpens. Fade Nationals, take Guardians. Fade Angels, take Blue Jays. That's kind of what I look at there in that one. All right. We got you through our Parlay Purple segment. Now it's time here for our see what our cappers have for sale over at Tony Six. Now we just gave you our free picks, but our best bets are over at TonySpicks.com. The link is in the description. If you click it there, you'll see you'll be able to check out our website here with our best bets free and plays with leaderboards showing you who's on top. And a lot of cappers here you see on our show, top of leaderboards, all of them pretty much. So let's see what Rod's got going on over at TonySpicks.com. Rod, top of leaderboard this year, 5,749 units of profit. All documented over at Tony Spicks. Rod, what you got for sale?
And for me over at Tony Spicks today, I've got my the usual suspects, my MLB play of the day. We're on a nice 20-5 run with it. I got my NBA play of the day. We dropped it. I had the Celtics yesterday. Figured they would come out, but they laid an egg. Bounce back today there with the NBA play of the day. And then I got my NHL one-timer play. Been hot with it. We're on a 15-3 overall run with that NHL one-timer. So those plays are all available individually, or I've thrown them into Tackle the Bookie Tuesday, where I've thrown another NHL, another MLB play. Nice 4-2 day yesterday. I threw in the homeless late as the over in that one. Figured we'd get some runs, and that came in. Made a nice 4-2 day. So jump aboard. Been hot. Looking to continue the win and start of the week winning. A nice winning day yesterday. Looking to carry it over here onto the Tuesday. Continue to smash the bookies. Or jump aboard that long-term pass. Grab the rest of the week. We got more NBA playoffs, more NHL playoffs as the round 2 start amping up. And then we throw in some MLB in there as well. So that's the way to go. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 cap promotional as well. Can't go wrong with that. Let's go jump aboard long term. That way, when you're aboard long term, you get that late info play emailed directly to you when we put those in late. So jump aboard here at TonySpicks.com. Don't forget Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off all your purchases over there.
You can see Rod. Jump aboard. Green across the screen for Rod. It's been red hot here. So get on board with Rod. Remember, all of our one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must earn a profit or not purchased. Is credit back to your account for that credit. That's profit guaranteed. Long-term subscriptions, way to roll. You want to try out Rod, that 1-month pass. Also, remember, the WNBA starts in about 10 days. So that's also part of the long-term pass. So get on board with Rod over at TonySpicks.com. All right, let's take a look and see what Chris has got going on over at Tony Spicks. Chris has been red hot in Major League Baseball. What you got for sale, Chris?
Guys, get you a 3-pack in baseball today. Got you a best bet 2 premiums out there. And then I got you guys a best bet in the playoff game tonight in the NBA. We dropped ours yesterday with, like I said, with OKC, but we were doing pretty well with that. So we're back on track tonight with this one. And then, just help us on the long term. We've got, I don't know that we're going to have any line moves here in the NBA. We may as we progress into these playoffs. But as we get into the baseball, we're going to start seeing some TBDs and some pitcher changes. So help us on the long term. Let me get you that information there, get you late steam. And, everybody's on the leaderboard. Everybody's doing well. 2-for-1 capper. 2 people put money in your pocket. Makes a lot of sense. So do that. And then don't forget to use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save you the 15%.
That's right, guys. Got to go with Chris over at Tony's Picks. You can see Chris, some really great results here in baseball. Is ready to roll here with 3-factor baseball, best bet as well, NBA best bet. So get on board with Chris over at TonySpicks.com. Long-term subscriptions are also available there. Chris with his MLB seasonal pass all the way to the final pitch of the World Series. So get on board with Chris Atkins over at TonySpicks.com. Let's see what let's see what Sean has got going on over at Tony Spicks. Sean's put together a good year here in 2025, over 1,500 units of profit. What you got for sale, Sean?
Yeah, I got a little MLB up today. Had a winner yesterday with San Diego on the site there, and here we go. Just baseball. I'm grind. We got a slow grind back to respectability with baseball. I got a few games under 500, but hopefully by the end of the week you'll see me in the green here. So that's what we're doing. Again, it's what am I gonna say? NBA, NHL, limited. I give you my plays here when I talk about them. Baseball is what I like, but as I said, 1,500 is nice. What am I, like 10 in the top on the board here? There's guys who are better right now. I don't know. What's there to say? Get me off. Let's go. So the guys who are hot, get me out of here.
All right, good. One with Sean over at Tony Spicks. Multi-cap promotion. You can match Sean up with your favorite capper with the multi-capper with 2-for-1 cap promotion. So you can do that and get on with Sean over at TonySpicks.com. All right, I got a pick for you guys right now. Best bet in Major League Baseball, as well as a 3-pack matching 2 of my picks from baseball with an NBA. I'm sitting the top leaderboard in MLB for the year over at Tony Spicks. So get on board with me over at Tony Spicks and match me up with your favorite capper with the multi-cap promotion and get signed up. All right. Guys, we're with you. Just a reminder here, we're with you here every day here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern with the Tony Spicks Morning Show. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us so you guys can get these plays. Or if you happen to miss the show, just head on to the YouTube and type in Tony Spicks in the search, and you'll find a replay of our show here. Also, our happy hour, Rod will talk about that a little bit here. Our afternoon show, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Rod hosts the happy hour. Of course, you'll see Ramon and you'll see Ron Crawford there. Once in a while, we'll get some of our other cappers that'll pop in there. Check that out. You want to become a member, you'll have early access to my picks. If you get the members, if you want to support to our channel, click the members tab and join there. Now, for more videos, click the video tab, and that's where you'll find on-demand content. Go a little deeper. We give you a little more deeper dive, more stats out there. For those of you that like all the stats of deeper dives, check out our YouTube channel videos for that. You can see how Nino's always looking for those dogs. Chris has got content up there. Roz's got the NHL. I got it all covered. It's two of baseball and NBA. So check out our YouTube channel for more content there. The shorts, so we'll see Nick and Brian populate that as well. Looks like Brian came in with the NBA for here on that shorts section there. So check it out over at Tony Spicks YouTube channel. Lots of great content. So make sure you subscribe there. We'll let Rod talk about the happy hour and more. Of course, more NHL content, Rod. Of course, the happy hour coming at 5 Eastern.
Yeah, definitely deeper dives on all the NHL rolling here right through the playoffs. So definitely you can check those out. And then, hey, tune into the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern. We love doing that show. Definitely a good time. It was Cinco de Mayo yesterday, so I think we had tequila flow in and some winners. Definitely a good time. Tune in to the happy hour Monday to Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll get you all that latest info and what's going on in the sports world that's come about during the day of players warming up, the pregame skates, all that info. So tune into the happy hour, get all the latest info there on that show. We love doing it, so tune in.
That's good. I want to give it a shout out also to Ron Hahn, who runs our chat, also part of our team at TonySpicks.com. He's got his best bet up there, as well as 4 plays for Major League Baseball. So look for Ron Hahn over at TonySpicks.com. All right, Chris, you got great content up there as well on the Tony Spicks YouTube.
Yeah, I got you guys a deep dive into the Tigers-Rockies game today and why we took them on the run line. And then also got you 3 home run props today, as we always do. On that, tried to just find you the best ones I could today. Kind of limited on some of these pitching matchups, but I got you 3 with pretty good value there. So check that out. And definitely agree. Check out the happy hour. That's how I got the first goal scorer with what was it, Nylander yesterday. I was watching that.
Good old Willie Nylander.
I picked that up from the
plus 1100.
1100. Yeah, I picked that up from watching the happy hour as I was doing errands, but I was still listening and watching, and he threw that out there. So you guys get a lot of good information from the happy hour. So definitely check that out and support that. And we'll just keep doing these playoff videos and home run props every single day, and just keep trying to find you guys winners.
That's right. Another reason to tune in the happy hour today, because Cleveland has 2 starters and one bench guy on questionable. You've got Garland, Hunter, and Mobley all questionable for this game. So you definitely want to tune in the happy hour tonight so they can clarify some of these injuries in that Pacers and Cavaliers game. Where Sean, we got you here in the mornings.
Yep, more mornings than afternoons. But again, I do leave a comment. I'm thinking I might come in with a little Wilson and Soderstrom A's Ribby props today. You know, I saw Justin mention his rookie of the year. I think I told you guys I got an 18-1 on him for a Roy there, so I kind of like him there. Who knows? Maybe I'll add something. Maybe I'll come in with some ice. You never know. Kind of do a little Long John Silver. This guy picks him. I've never gone to Long John Silver's, but I was talking offline on the phone, and he was talking about.
I was an H salt guy. H salt chip, fish and chips. Remember it was that? I don't know.
I remember fish and chips. There was a fish and chips by me.
Yeah,
that was fancy. I like their little round chips. They were like little thick kind of French fry. They were pretty tasty. That's when, I don't know, my dad must have got extra money from bartending or something. We got and have fish and chips. You know, they were all right. That was like a fancy time out for fish and chips.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, if Paez shows up on the props, I think they're going to put him in late because of the injury to Edmonds. Edmonds would have gone today because of the lefty faces.
I saw it on another site that I use, but it's like it's a wacky one, and they have he's up there as like a run ribby guy at plus at for Pages to have a run ribby, he was minus 116 for either or. So it'll pop up eventually.
It'll pop up because again they're late to the party because that Edmonds injury came yesterday with the hamstring. I think it was. So he'll hit the injured list. And
he's been banged up now. I thought he was anyway.
Yeah. But
official
on the injured list now. Yeah, for Edmund. And Edmund, I guess Edmund would have been penciled in, but I guess they were late to make the adjustment there at the DraftKings there. So there you go, guys. So make sure you guys tune in here every day and like, subscribe, set those notifications. All right. Anybody have anything closing before we close it out?
Just make it a winning day, guys.
Tune into the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern. Don't worry, I'll find
whatever you do, bet everything you want on like a 16 parlay day, you'll be fine.
Chasing generational wealth.
That's right. Chasing the generational wealth. That's right. All right. We'll wait. Goodbye, guys. Make it a winning day. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Hicks Morning Show.
Hush.